Hello everyone, my name is Kaustav from InsightStat and welcome to this new video. Now in this video we are going to talk about how to deal with dates, how to deal with the date data type. It's a very important aspect of any data analysis. When we are dealing with temporal data, date related data, it becomes very important that we correctly identify the data type of the date column. So in order to demonstrate how to deal with dates, we will use a new CSV file. If you look at here, we have the calendar lookup table. So we will import the calendar lookup table and we'll click on OK. First things first, we'll have to first rename. I'll rename it as calendar lookup and promote the header. There you go. So now if you see here, the date column is being displayed by default. It's being displayed as a categorical column or a text column. So what the first step we have to do is we have to convert this into a date data type. So we'll click on here. So either we can do it directly from here, or we can do it from using locale as well. Now, using locale gives us a little bit more power. How? Instead of directly converting it into a date, what it does is it asks us what data type we want to convert it to and what locale you want to convert it to. Now since I'm in Canada, I will be wanting the data type to be, or the date format to be, in the Canada style, where we have year, month, and the date, right? So when I click on OK here, so now this has been converted into a date data type. Now once we convert it into a date data type, now look at this. When I move to the transform ribbon and we look at here, I have a date ribbon here, and it lets me do numerous operations on this date column, on the date column. Now age will let me calculate the age between the date that's been shown here and the current date. The date only will only publish the date. I can extract year related data. I can extract month related data. I can extract quarter related data. I can extract week and day related data as well. So it lets us drill the data down to the most granular level. Added to that, I can also extract the earliest, the minimum date, and the maximum date as well. Now, as we had already discussed, transform will replace the existing values in the table, and I don't want to do that, right? So we would want additional columns. I would want to build a table of my own that has all the date components. So what do? We need to go to add column. Add column also has the exact same features in date, but the only difference between transform and add column is we can add a new column to the data set or to the table using the add column, right? So let's say I want to look at, so I click on this and I want to extract the name of the day, right? So it calls day name and it gives us all the day names, right? So 2nd of January 2020 was a Thursday, 3rd of January was a Friday, so on and so forth. Now let's say if you want to look at some weekly trends, right? We have the sales data, when we will go ahead and build reports. Let's say the management comes and tells us that they need some weekly, they need to look at some weekly trends. We can do that as well. Again, keep the date. This is going to be our source. So keep the date column selected. Go to date. Go to week. And look at this. We have different options here. Week of year, week of month, start of week, end of week. Let's say we want the start of week. Right? Since we are talking about week related or weekly information. Now if you look at this, this is the start of week. For this week, that was the 1st of January 2020, the start of week was uh, it started off in 29th, right? The 5th of January, this is the start of the week for the current year, that is 2020. And if you look at this, the start of the week has been by default set to Sunday. Now what if some businesses have a need of changing the start date, the start of weekday? So how do we do that? That is even possible in Power BI. So how do we do it? Now there are two ways of doing it. One is we go to the M code here. This is the M code. We can change it from here. Now since we are not dealing with M code right now, let's not talk about M code. The other option is, remember we talked about the gear icon here. We can click on this gear icon wherever we inserted the start of week. It will bring up the pop-up window. Yeah, there you go. So start of week, and this is the code, date.start of week. It's very much similar to what we have here. Look at this. It's part of the M code here as well. Now this start of week has one more component. If you put a comma here, look at this. It says first day of week, right? So if I put on 1 here, if I put a 1 here, and I click on OK, now look at this. My start of week has changed from the 5th of January to the 6th of January, and the start of week has changed from Sunday to a Monday. Similarly, I can click again and I can change it to a 2. 2 means a Tuesday. Right? Look at this. It has now changed to a Tuesday, and the date has changed to 7. Now, this becomes a little cumbersome because we need to remember the numbers. Either it's 0 or a 1. 0 means Sunday, 1 means Monday, 2 means Tuesday. What if someone does not know it? In that case, what we can do here is we can put a day dot Monday here. So when I do a date on Monday, instead of a 1 or a 2 or a 0 or a 3, I can achieve the same thing. Look at this. My start of week has been changed to a Monday, right? So this is how we can change the start of week. It's very, very important. And this would change from business to business. Okay. Now, if we want to look at start of month, so how do we include that? Again, keep the date column selected. Come here, month, and I'll go for start of month. So this is our start of month. Now for the month of January, my start of month will show the same day. Right? Now if I go to February, look at this. For February, the start of month has changed, and for all the other months, it will keep changing. Right? So this is how we can extract different parts of a date from the date column. But please remember, we have to first change the data type of the date column. By default, the date will be shown as a categorical column. We first have to change it to a date, and then we can start extracting different parts of the date. For example, what we saw here was the day name, the start of the week, the start of month. You can come up with the start of the year, end of the year, quarter, so on and so forth, and we can come up with the name of the month as well. Right? So if I go here and click on date, month, and I put name of the month, look at this, right? So all these comes in handy when we start looking at building reports, right? How many sales are in the month of January? How many sales in the month of February? What is the average sales in the month of March? What is the average sales in the month of July? Right? All these kind of information becomes very handy, and we will look at it when we move to the report part of the videos. Right? For today, this is all I had, and I hope you liked the video. If you did, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'll see you guys in the next video.